You gonna get nerfed?
Bro, just sit there. Yeah. How much are you squeezing it?
Throw it in the garbage. Go wash your hands.
Now you gotta buy him a new one. Bro,
I don't remember what we did, so I'm just going to run through them all super fast. Here we go. $13, 3, 3, 9, 6, 6, 3, 18, 5, 9, AD squared. 5, 2, 2x squared. 10, 4, 3 squared. 24, 6, 6, 4, 144, 12, 4, 48. 5, 5, 12, 5 out, 4 out, 5, 2 out, 10. Right? 120. 120 is 4 and 30.
8 classes in total.
Words. Why am I having such a brain fart here? 5 come out and 2 come out as 10. Right? A 10 and a 3? Oh, because it's 300, not 120, you dope. There we go. If you don't have the work to back it up, I'm not counting it. There's a difference between checking your work and actually doing your work.
I found the other assignment that I was missing. That was the time. I failed.
Cool. Put them together. You should be checking those now. Okay. Again, I'm going mental math. I'm tired. If I did it dumb, point it out. Get those brownie points. Prove me wrong. Number 9's iffy. 9, 5, 45, 6, 3 come out. Yeah, that's right.
No, I did it. Not you.
Okay. So inside, so we'll have a 2 and a 3 on the outside, right? Because they're both outside right now. Inside, I have a 3 and a 15, but a 15 is a 3 times 5. So, pair of 3s. 3 by 2 is 6, by 3 is 18. 18 root of 5. Okay. Okay, how many of us are doing things backwards? Like number 6, writing it as 3 squared of 10. Okay. So when it comes time for a quiz, A, if that happens, you're getting the right values but putting them in the wrong spots. You're not going to get full points off. B, How do we fix that? What can we do to remind ourselves what comes out and what doesn't? I'm just asking for ideas. The one that's in jail stays in jail. Like, if it was in jail, it needs to do something special to get out. Okay. How about, you notice how I actually will do the arrow to show it comes out? How many of us are just trying to write the answer without showing that? Okay. When in doubt, write it out. That, then you should be if you're still getting it wrong. Okay. We are more accurate when we write things out. For example, whenever I do the quizzes, tests, anything like that, I always time trial them. Meaning, I speed run my tests because I'm fairly consistent. Whatever I do, then I multiply it by 6 for pre-calc, multiply it by 8 for algebra 2, multiply it by 10 for algebra, multiply it by 12 for algebra half. And it's fairly consistent. It's relatively consistent. So I'll speed run them, but I will also make mistakes. If I make mistakes while I'm speed running it, it's because I'm not writing everything down like I should. But when I go through and I make my keys, I take my time and I write every little step so that I have something to compare it to when I get to your work. And lo and behold, I'll find out, oh wait, my speed run, I actually made a mistake on my own test. I didn't get 100 on my test. Oops, because I didn't write it out. Okay, please write things out. All right, bottom part. I should have 2 root of 6, 6 root of 3, 5, 7 root of 2, and 4, 12, 12, 3, 9. Oh, does it just do that? Ew, 6, okay. 6, 3, 3, 9, 4, 36, 55, p squared, root of 2p, 6, x to the third, y squared, z squared, root of 3z, 3u, root of 3tu, 6 on the outside, 630, 3, 180, root of 2, 6, 8, 48, 4, root of 3, 2, root of 15, 2x squared, y to the third, root of 5. Nope, 10. Okay. Again, if I did a goof, I'm going way too fast. I'm not writing it out. Oh, suppose I didn't write this one. Okay. Y'all are running behind on those brownie points. Get me. Prove that I goofed up. If I screwed something up, show me. Okay. Or maybe I just wrote it too fast and it looks like trash. Oh. Can't read it. Was that a cry of triumph over there, Riley? Yeah. Like, legit? Went good? All right. There we go. Okay. If that's the case. Oh. Sorry, bud. Remember? Hog slammer.
That's a pog slammer?
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh, that's one of the metal ones.
In the olden days, us old people would play Pogs. Pogs was a stack of little cardboard circles with different cool pictures on them. You'd have them all in the pile, and you would smack the top of them. They would, and everything that fell off, you got in your pile. The other guy would do it on theirs, and go back and forth. Whoever had the most wins. This has been my fidget since I was like 12. So, yeah. Well, we took like a 15-year hiatus because I didn't know where it was. And then this winter, my mom sends me a box of your old toys that she found in my closet. And I open it up and get kicked in the teeth with reality. It was just a box of fidgets. I had been fidgeting and stimming as a kid, and I had been doing discrete ones so that people wouldn't stare at me or think anything differently of me. I had been doing it my whole life. I just didn't know until I get the box of my old fidgets that I had stashed away in my closet. Oh, hey. Haven't seen you in 15 years, old self. Nothing? Kevin, we get there? Okay. All right. Then, there's your daily quiz. 1-4, part B. Second part to it. Okay, 1-4 was simplify square roots, and that's when everything came out nice. That was the one in our packet. We just spent 2 days working on stuff that doesn't always come out nice. So I'll tell you, both of these, you can simplify them, but there's still going to be something left in radical land. Okay. I didn't put them in particularly because I know this one would have had an absolute fit. That the quiz, assignments, daily quizzes, notes. So this is the one that matters. Something out of 30. Yep. And this was what we got out of them. I knew this one would crash today if I put that in before. So I'm waiting for this one to happen before I put that in. This one really surprised me. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. This one, we knew. But it's basically whoever's doing their work is doing okay. Whoever's not isn't. So. Like I talked about before, make sure that you're actually labeling these too. If I just see chicken scratch in a notebook, that does nothing for me. Make sure you have it labeled, 1 4B. Make sure when we score them that you circle or box in your score so I know what's what. Remember, you use whatever method you want. Do you want to find the biggest perfect square in there? Do you want to break it all the way up and find pairs? Your choice.
On this sheet, and then on this sheet, I did on the like I did 2 completely different numbers. Was that like?
If you're breaking it all the way up, it won't matter.
I did like 2 and 36.
It won't matter.
6 and 12.
If you break it all the way up, all the way to prime factors, it'll still be the same thing. More than one way to get from here to Walmart. Here's another thing, folks. If you're going to cheat, don't cheat dumb. Okay? If I can't trust you to make good decisions, remember how we said, I treat you like an adult until you show me that I can't. Well, if you think that I am so oblivious that I have not noticed in every single daily quiz that you either don't do it at all and then just write down what I say, or you try to Slater your way through something, or whatever the equivalent app is now. If you think I don't see that, A, ouch. B, you think you're getting credit for that? It don't matter. Especially when you're talking about these daily quizzes over the course of the entire year. They're only worth 10% of your grade. You are doing absolutely nothing for yourself because the quiz is what matters. Okay? Do we want to have that conversation with your folks that you happen to have 80, 90% on your daily quizzes, but you're getting a 10 on your tests? There is one person in this room who did that already. Don't cheat stupid. Okay. Round 1. If I got no idea how to break this up, Riley, I want you to say what you said, but say it louder. Okay. We're a little concerned. I broke it up this way on my paper. I just broke it up this way on my quiz. What was the way you did on your paper? Because we've seen the number 72 before.
Yeah, I did 6 times 12.
Okay, so the first time you did 6 times 12, what'd you do over here?
2 and 36.
2 and 36. What if I go a completely different way and I say 8 and 9?
That's what I did.
Okay. But watch what happens when I keep going all the way to the ends of the branches, don't I still get the same thing that you did? That's how prime factors work. You break them down to their prime numbers. And because they're special numbers, you can't go any further than that. And that's always where you'll end up. Okay, it's like one of those open world adventure games. Look, you can do all the side quests first and then start the campaign. And that's just mean. Like you go up against that level 1 boss and you're already like did all the side quests. You're just, I win. Like, you can do that, right? So,
one year I did 4 and 18.
perfectly legal.
And the 4 splits up to 2 twos, and the
18 is 2 and 9, which is then 2 and 3 and 3. So, it's still trip 2 and double 3. Regardless, what am I looking for to get out of radical jail? Doubles, pairs. If there's a pair of 2s, one gets out. If there's a pair of 3s, one gets out. So I've got a 3 times 2, or 6, on the outside, and little lonely 2 on the inside. Now that's one way. That's one way. Y'all, there's so many different ways that you could have done this. Who recognizes the biggest perfect square that goes in there? Well, can't I still? Square root of 36 is 6. It's still the same thing. That's the cool part about multiplication, or square roots and exponents, is because they're repeated multiplication and multiplication is commutative, the order you do it in does not matter. Okay? So if you do it a different way, but you still got here following math law on your own, you're good. Okay. This one. If I break that all the way up, 25 is 5 by 5. X to the 5th is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 y's. Okay. Grab pairs. A pair of 5s, 1 comes out. A pair of x's, 2 come out. 1, 2, 3 pairs of y's, 3 y's come out. So by the end of it, I've got 5x squared y cubed on the outside, and we still have an x and a y left inside. I didn't have to do it that way. There was a trick that we learned that says I can instead break this up as 25 x to the 4th and x, y to the 6th and y. Do you remember why we did that? Why we wanted them even? Why did we want them even? What was the trick to taking them out of radical land? Y'all hurting me. It's like the last 2 days didn't exist.
pairs.
Pairs, right? Even. Times 2. Pairs. I just cut x to the 4th in half. And say x squared. I cut y to the 6th in half, get y to the 3rd. Square root of 25 is 5. I broke those odd numbers up with an even and 1 to the side, an even and 1 to the side, so that I can take the even parts out. So, I don't care which way you did it. I'm going to say, do you got the right thing outside, the right thing inside? The right thing outside, the right thing inside. And then we'll leave one floating for your work. Maybe you did that one little goof. Maybe you said 8 breaks up into 4 and 4. Well, 4 times 4 is 16, but maybe you were thinking 4 plus 4, and you just made a goof. Well, that's going to change your answer down here, but you see exactly where you went wrong. You still did this process. Okay? Okay. So something out of 5. There we go. We're good? Okay. All right. You go away. You go away. You come up here.
Kevin had a question about grading.
Oh, yeah, you can always ask questions about how we're scoring it up.
I got this one, so would this be 3?
That's full. You did it right.
And he had this part, he knew how to do this part. He did not know how to do any of this part. So he wanted to know how to grade if he only got part of this one right.
Okay, so we're sketching on the variables, but the variables were kind of a big, but we did that. I'd call that a 3. 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Okay, you've only done it once so far, so I'm going to reiterate how this works. Step 1, phones, devices, smartwatch, everything. Send it over there, make sure it's off. Not, I think it's silent. Not, no one texts me this hour anyway. Off. Just so we don't have someone over there in the middle of a quiz. Okay? Send your devices over there. Next up, I want to put some space between folks, especially ones who usually work together. We're going to have Jackson slide down to this end. We're going to have Chloe and Riley switch spots. And we're going to send Landon over to that spot down at the end of the table by Micah. Okay? Just so we got a little space. I mean, you two always work together, so split you up. You two always work together, split you up, right? We just want to put some space between folks, remove temptation. We got all our devices. Okay. You know what I mean. Don't be facetious like that. Okay. Then, remember, it's open notes. Open everything. It was so good, dude. Okay, open notes, open everything.
Properties, exponents.
See,
I get an A on this test if it was open phone.
screw be like Mike's. Be like Kevin. You see, Kevin's got notes just spread out. He's got his like perfect square chart over there. He's got his exponent rules there, his other notes there. It's all spread around him like a matrix traffic controller. Like, dude is ready. Don't do the quiz part. Remember, these are two-sided. One side's a review, one side's a quiz. We're going to go through the review together so you know exactly what to expect before you do the quiz part. What's up?
How do you get this calculator back to normal?
What do you mean back to normal?
I don't know. I turned it on.
When in doubt, quit. Quit. Clear. Clear. Just keep quitting and clearing. Okay? Let's not do that. Okay, has everyone got one?
Thank you.
What's the problem?
Wait, do we have two?
Did I give you two?
Yeah.
Oh, I just went past this table once already. Oops. All right. Everyone got one? Cool. When we are done, I'm going to say it now, I'm going to say it again because I'm tired of having to repeat myself all the time. So these are the only 2 times I'm saying it. When you are done, you need to turn in all your materials. You should have your packet. If you didn't have stuff in there finished from before, you got it finished now. You should have the progress check 1 and maybe 2, or no, just 1. Progress check 1 and everything through section 1.4 completed. It should all be done in there. Then we had 2 handouts. One with exponents, one with square roots. That is what we have done in the last 5 class days. Okay? Those and your, look at this guys over here, all they got stuff. Your daily quizzes. Labeled 1-1, 1-2, 1-4. Okay? Look at this guy. All organized and stuff. He's got a folder for it. It's great. So I need your packet of notes, those 2 handouts, and your daily quizzes. You're going to come over here and you're going to put them in a pile. You are not going to spread them all over my counter. Put them in a pile. Because next hour I get 28 freshmen in here doing the same thing. Okay? So, that said, let's get some review on. What does it mean to distribute?
Separate.
Oh. I want y'all to go back to the beginning of time. This. I said the guy's got his notes dead on. Open up your packet to section 1.1, distributive property. Right there on the first page. You're going to see this throughout the year where you might have 1 or 2 review problems from who knows when thrown in here. Page 1, distributive property. Y'all find it? You probably know it better as the arrow thing. Okay? The arrow thing. To distribute means, since -4 smashed up on those parentheses means multiply, you have to multiply everything in there. So what is -4 times 8? Huh? What is -4 times -5x? There you go. That's it. That's all that is. You got 10 problems on this page. Everything is going to be worth 3. In here, I'm looking for, did you get the right number? Do you got the right number? Do you have the right signs? Stop it. Got this thing for check marks. Okay. Yeah, well, prom's a long way away and I'm married, so. Next up, multiplying things that have exponents in them. We said the commutative property let us rearrange it. Instead of this times this, how about I go -5 times 3 times m to the third times m to the eighth? Kind of makes sense, right? Put turtles with turtles, giraffes with giraffes. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure we all know how to do -5 times 3. But do you remember what I do with m to the third times m to the eighth? What do I do with m to the third times m to the eighth? Those rules are still there. Add the exponents. Maybe even do this to show yourself that you were adding them. And say that's m to the 11th. Okay?
Okay, so like after you do like the -5 times 3, like cross that out so that I don't get confused.
That is a heck of a strategy. I love when kids do that. Especially what I would do sometimes is I would use highlighter with it to show myself this is done. So this needs to get colored in too before I know I'm done. Then I finish that part. Okay, I colored everything. That means I'm done. Maybe that works for you. Maybe a little scribble it out. Maybe cross them out. That's a really good strategy so you don't accidentally use the same thing twice. I like that. I really like that. Okay. I think this one involves Chloe's favorite. Oh yeah, I moved you over here. All right. What do I do? What do I do with the negative exponent? Flip the switch. That was your jam. Okay, so we're going to send you downstairs. You're too negative. Go downstairs. So I have an f to the 4th and an f to the 7th. Who's upstairs? What did we always had to put? There you go. You put a 1 as a placeholder. Okay. Now, what do I do with an exponent times an exponent? Add those exponents, right? So, say 4 plus 7, 1 over F11. There's a lot of F's up there, almost like they were in chat. So, I always remember the F keys as the ways that Duke Nukem could insult people while you were playing Duke Nukem 3D on Windows 95. Like, for... Ha 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 ha! That's so funny. Yeah, there's like over 500,000 people dead in our country. Ha ha! You were supposed to. That's why I said it. So, next up, what do I do with an exponent raised to an exponent? Check those rules. Exponent to an exponent, I multiply them. You better not be breaking my stuff, boy.
He broke your stuff. Just saying, I don't know. Sorry about that. Dude, that's 2 in a day. Bro, how does... Don't break it.
Oh, you legit broke it, too.
I don't know how that happened. How does that happen? That was one of the secrets.
Oh. Just Jackson's over here busting my balls. So we take 2 times 3, right? Call it 10 to the 6th. What I don't want you to do is leave it like that. If this was x squared to the 3rd, then I would just say x to the 6th and be done. What can I do because it's 10 to the 6th?
Simplify
actually find that number, do you know what it is? Y'all got a calculator, right?
600?
Not 600, that's 10 times 6. This is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times
10 times 6 is 60. You said that. I said 600. You said that's 10 times 6.
If
That's a round.
that sounds like a trap.
It was. So
Okay.
you made a mistake.
That sounds like a trap.
You made
Okay. All right, I'll give that one to you. You remember the trick with this? It's just that many zeros.
Yeah.
So it's 1 and then 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. $1 million. Okay. All right, you got me. You know what? We'll make this one black instead of blue. I owed pre-calc 1. I forgot to write it this morning. All right. So if it's a number, hey, that's a good note to write to yourself. If it's a number to an exponent, actually say what it is. Okay? Tell yourself what it is. All right. Uh-oh, they're getting more complicated. Who's getting that 2?
everyone.
Everybody. Rule number 7. If you got a bunch of stuff in a fraction and it's all to an exponent, they all get it. And you also have to combine that with rule number 3. An exponent raised to an exponent, I multiply them. There's little invisible ones right here. So technically this is 6 to the 1 times 2. This is w to the 5 times 2. This is 7 to the 1 times 2. P to the 6 times 2. R to the 3 times 2. They all get that 2. Okay? Everybody. Then you got to clean it up. You say, what is 1 times 2?
2.
The pause like,
2.
is this a trap? 2. Okay. Is this 2? What is 6 squared? Don't say 12.
36.
There you go.
Like how we all.
W to the 5 times 2. Seven to the 1 times 2 is?
49.
Okay, 1 times 2 is 2, and then 7 to the second is 49. P to the what?
I can't say because the 12. Shut up.
P12.
And 3 by 2 is 6. I'll see a lot of kids who they get wigged out by this, and they say there's just too much stuff going on. Well, don't look at too much stuff then. Look at them in pieces. Look at this. 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 Look at them in pieces and take care of them in pieces. Okay?
That and so just made it look easier. Much easier.
It's also why I like graph paper, especially if you get big grid graph paper that's like,
Like a poster book?
like graph paper comes in different sizes where it'll be 4 by 4 or 5 by 5 by inch. So like an inch will be broken up into 5 by 5, so 25 squares. Or it'll be 4 by 4, so 16 squares. If you can get the really big graph paper that's like 3 by 3 or 2 by 2, it's perfect for doing problems like this because you put each thing in a different box and it helps separate stuff. All right. Radicals. We all got that perfect square list?
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Both of these are on the perfect square list. Square root of 169 is just 13. Square root of 289 is what? 17. And then, because there is a plus or a minus here, there needs to be a plus or minus with my answer. Maybe that's a note to write to yourself. Keep the sign with it. Y'all get to tell yourself how to do the quiz. I just made the circle. I haven't done anything else. And then you freak out the kid who's like furiously writing. Okay, my bouncing ball is all over the place. Has anyone watched Star Wars Visions yet?
Nah. I actually just started getting
Okay. I was just curious if anyone had seen it. Some of my game club kids were talking about it. I'm not an anime guy, so but it's also Star Wars. They did short stories with Star Wars with traditional animation, and it looks really cool. Oh, it looks cool. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. I'm going to strap you to a chair, pull your eyelids back, and just make you watch. Blasphemy, sir. Okay. I know what the square root of 25 is. What is it? Just 5, right? Do we remember what we do with x to the 6th? Okay, you're right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. Maybe 25 written as 5 by 5. Because wasn't that more of your jam?
Yeah.
So, what did you do?
Well, a 5 gets out.
Right? A 5 gets out. And 1, 2, 3 pairs of x's get out. So how do I write that? 5 times x times x times x. 5x to the third. There's no one left inside because remember, a pair of 5s, they rush the guard and only one gets out. One of them died in the process. Okay, so it's just 5x to the third. So if you're stuck, just write it out longhand. You might not want to, but it'll work. Okay, 8. Unfortunately, 98. That's not one of our perfect squares. So what do we do?
Get as close as we can.
Oh, no. We're not doing the estimating thing. We know how to simplify them now. Okay. I know that breaks up into 2 times something because it's an even number. 49. Can I break up 49? No. I want you to think back. Just go back a couple of days. Go back 2 weeks. Do you notice, like, as a class, some of your classmates who came in like, F this, I don't care, and are already over here like, dude, I get it.
That's me.
That's the point. We want to take it slow. We want to have as many resources as you need. We want to review it right before the test so you don't have to just regurgitate something you spent all night trying to cram for. I want you to do what you can when you are supported. I love to see it. Now, I could rewrite this as 49 by 2. I could rewrite it as 7 by 7 by 2. Either way, what's coming out? square root of 7, or 49 is 7. Pair of 7s, right? One comes out. But if I remember right, there was a bunch of you who were able to do the tree like this, and you were doing that. All three of these are correct. You're still getting there. You just got there a different route. No. Bad, Dylan. All right, 2 more. 75. You think we can do this one?
Yes, we can.
Okay. What times what makes 75?
5 times.
Well, we know it's 5 times something, right? Ends in 0 or 5, so it's divisible by 5. 15. Now, Riley's over here like, it's 3 and 25. Isn't it still 355? So it doesn't matter which way you do it. No matter what, I have 3 by 5 by 5 as the broken up form of it. Pair of 5s, 1 comes out. Alternatively, if I came all the way back here, since it was 3 times 25, I could have written it as 25 by 3 like this, and then take a 5 out that way. They're both the same thing. 5 squared root of 3. It doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay? Use the method that works for you. All good? Every time I pick up that eraser, I just feel like I'm standing in a doorway. Like challenging you. I dare you to say you're not done.
I'm done. I'm done.
I've been done for a year and a half. Okay. Last one. We know how to do the break it up thing. What times what makes 54?
7 times 6.
6, yes, but not 7.
6, 8. 6 times 8.
That's 48.
Okay. Now, here's the deal. If you don't know, it's an even number, isn't it?
2 times 27. 27.
Grab a calculator and say divided by 2. Oh, 27. Okay, 27 is 9 times what?
9 times 3.
9 times 3. And the 3 is the square root of 3.
Okay.
So
That's a way. Could I have done it differently?
Yes.
Okay.
Multiple different ways.
I could have done 27 by 2. I could have done 6 by 9. I could have done, what was it, 18 by 3. I could have, right? But here's the question. If I've got 2 on the outside, 2 by 3 by 3 by 3 on the inside, who comes out? Pair of 3s, 1 comes out. What do I do with that 2 that's there? Multiply them, right? Dude got out of jail. Go party. Okay. 6 square root of, who's left in radical jail? Another 6. Okay. All right, folks. We reviewed 10, you do 10, and you have over a half hour to do it. Okay. take your time, open notes, open book. You can even use a calculator as long as you have the work to back it up. I don't care. Oh yeah, that's right. I had you guys put your stuff on the table because. Ugh.
You want me to put it somewhere else? Or?
No, that's fine. Y'all, please make sure that you turn in the 2 handouts, your packet, and your daily quizzes. Okay? I have all of your stuff graded from before. I just didn't put it in before today because it looks pretty rough, and I didn't want to rattle any of you before this quiz. It's pretty simple. Whoever's been doing their work is doing fine. Whoever isn't, isn't. So this quiz and what's already in there, that's the last of it. That's what goes on the midterm. Okay? Well, all these buttons roll same as always. But if I ever got a bunch of stuff and I don't like it, you can just clear it. If you need a fraction for any reason, alpha y equals brings up this little fraction menu. Okay? I don't think we need that on here though. And your caret button for exponents is right there. Right here, caret.
Okay.
All right, get them.